On this week's podcast, we are recapping Glastonbury. I did really have FOMO this time.
Did you? I
did.
really didn't.
We weigh in on the very handsome men in the running to be the next James Bond.
They've gone like Gen Z.
Gen Z. Well, millennials don't really care about James Bond anymore, do they?
Yeah.
There are some divided opinions on Kylie Jenner wearing white to Jeff Bezos' wedding.
I feel like you shouldn't wear white to a wedding.
You definitely
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Right?
The team give their summer fashion finds, and there is some news on a new dress collab coming.
Aussie brands,
They just
are
kill
so
it.
good.
And what happens when you find out there is a group WhatsApp chat that you are not included in?
What are you talking about that I can't be involved in?
It is a fun one. We hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the SheerLuxe podcast. I'm your host, Billie, Bhatia, and today I'm joined by SL's fashion and beauty editor and broadcaster, Sapna, and chef and SL contributor, Natalie, Chassay. We're talking all things new and noteworthy, what you need to keep your eye out for on SL, celebrity moments, and answering your dilemmas. But first, girls, what are we wearing today?
I actually think I was talking about this outfit 2 podcasts ago, and now I'm in it. Manifested it. But basically, this is a Citizens of Humanity linen set.
Lovely.
It's kind of
I
like,
love it.
looks like jeans, but it's linen, so it feels very light and lovely. And my heels are from H&M.
Very nice. What you need in today's weather. Natalie, what are you wearing?
Dish, top.
Lovely.
I feel like I've been a bit slow to the dish
Bloody love
thing.
Dish.
Like I only just got some dish pieces when I was back in Sydney a few months ago, and I'm obsessed. It's like honestly the most wearable stuff. Anyway, I digress. This white naked skirt, knackered, and some Reformation slides.
And where are these amazing earrings
Ah,
from?
of course, by Lana.
They're so good.
Yeah, I love them. They come in silver as well, and I couldn't decide what to
I
wear.
wore those gold ones last week in
Love.
France, and I just actually felt like a movie star in them.
Oh, your trip looked amazing.
It was really good. But we'll get on to that. I am wearing a dress that I designed, and I'm going to tell you all a little bit about it later because it's very exciting. But it is just like the easiest black dress I have ever worn, and I'm wearing it with denim, black Chanel sandals, and some Missima hoops.
Gorgeous.
Love.
Before we start, we have a competition with Hershey's this week. They are giving one lucky winner the great hairdryer times the anti-frizz kit worth over £300. To enter, please comment below what you want to see from the SL podcast. And please do not forget to subscribe to our channel for weekly updates. It really helps us out. New and noteworthy, and I would love to get a big, juicy recap on Glasto. I did really have FOMO this time.
Did you? I
did.
really didn't.
Neither.
No?
I don't know what it is. I'm just not. Maybe I'm just not a Glasgow girl. Are you?
I'm not a festival.
No.
It's not even an age thing because I've never been a festival
Yeah.
person. But like, it looks fun. I get it. But like,
I'm
to
exactly the
actually
same.
be there, I don't.
I love live music. I loved watching everything on TikTok. I loved seeing the outfits, but I was not jealous that I wasn't there.
It was hot, and I have been
really
before
hot.
when it has been hot, and that is
Yeah.
intense. But I think seeing Alanis Morissette with all your girlfriends and just like screaming, crying, basically that's just what I watch my friends do. Screaming, crying, have the time of your life. I was like, that is where I want to be.
Yeah,
It just felt so nostalgic and special. The Doji set was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And her Vivienne Westwood outfit was also unbelievable. The Charlie XCX was quite
Yes.
mad. It was quite wild.
And her Apple girl was Gracie Abrams.
Yeah.
Love that for
And the
her.
McQueen scarf. It's like everyone's throwing it back.
Yeah.
I actually feel like I haven't seen any of this content. Like, I'm now thinking, like, what's my algorithm showing me? Because am I like in a... Yeah, I think I literally just see like food. I mean, it looks fun. And actually, I haven't heard of anyone who's gone and not come back and like raved about it.
100%.
So I'm sure that something magical happens when you're there.
I think people also do romanticize Glastonbury. Like, I'm saying I've got FOMO and I want to be there, but the last time I was there, the Saturday morning, I wanted to go home. Like, I was,
Really?
oh my God, it absolutely spanks you. Like,
Because you were so hungover.
you're so hungover, you're walking so much, you're tired, there's nowhere to sit down. Like, it is a lot. But I think the rose-colored glasses of looking through it and everyone like loving each other and having a great time, that is what drives my FOMO. But actually, it's not for everybody. Glastonbury isn't for everybody, but the diehards that love it, they do really love
What is
it.
the toilet situation? Because
There's a
I'd love
plethora
to
of
know
options.
too. My
Yes,
situation is the
interesting.
showering because it's like an inside thing now with everyone on the team that I shower like 5 times a day. And I think I would actually really struggle. Okay, not actually 5 times.
But
But
at least
like on a
twice.
weekend, I probably could hit 5. But during the day, it's like 3. As in like once in the morning, twice when I get back.
Twice.
Because I shower straight away when I get home and then before bed. It's like a therapeutic thing.
Oh, wow.
I've actually never heard of anyone doing that.
It's
Wonder how many minutes
I've said it more and more the last few weeks and realizing that I'm the only one who does this, but it's a very therapeutic thing.
Do you have one of those, what do you put on the shower head? Because the water here is quite harsh. Like, how do you deal with your skin?
I actually don't. Mine's all right, but I have a lot of like shower steamer situations, so it smells amazing and spa-like, and like it's a ritual.
It's the words of a beauty editor right there, yeah.
There you go.
It's a good ritual to have. There's definitely worse things than having 3 showers a day. So
Okay, so neither of you are joining me at Glastonbury. Moving on to the next thing that you might be more interested in. Harris Dickinson is voicing Mr. Darcy in Audible's redoing of Pride and Prejudice. And I also found out that they're adding like an extra insert bit that's going to be more from Elizabeth's point of view in this book reading too, which I am very, very excited about. And I also know that there's a big Harris Dickinson, Mr. Darcy themed photo shoot coming out quite soon, which I'm very excited
So sexy. Can I tell you, I met him a few weeks ago. I was flying somewhere. I came out of the taxi and I was like taking a picture or something, and then I looked up and he was just there, and I just blurted out, like, when I see a celebrity, I will always say something because I'm never going to see them again. So I was like, huge fan, love your work. And then walked away like, I'm never going to see him again. He was then next to me at the passport check-in. He was then next to me at baggage claim, and we were just together for like a good amount of time.
Did you chat
more?
No.
Then
sat
sat down on the plane. He was sat in front of me, and I literally just kept like doing this thing where I leant to my bag just to like get a bit. I just wanted to smell what he smelled like. Like, you know, you see a celeb, I want to know what he smelled. He smelled amazing.
I bet.
And then he was with someone who I thought was his manager. Then they started kissing mid-flight. So I was like, oh, right, okay, it's his girlfriend. Anyway, he was lovely. He was very handsome. He smelled really good.
He's tall too, isn't he?
Really tall and really sexy voice. So the Audible.
I'm excited for the Audible. And he's now in the running for Amazon's new Bond. So it's him, Tom Holland, and Jacob Elordi.
Interesting. They've suddenly gone really young. I know they wanted to go younger, but they've gone like Gen Z.
Well, millennials don't really care about James Bond anymore, do they?
on top of not wanting to go to Glastonbury, I'm feeling like
You don't want to watch James Bond?
No, I'm feeling like an absolute dog who lives under a rock because I actually don't know who Harris Dickinson is.
You do.
Baby girl.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God.
Guys, I don't know what I do with my time. Like, I don't watch TV.
You make some great food.
Okay, but Harris Dickinson, old, young?
He's young.
He's
He's probably just under 30, I'd say.
Yeah, he's very beautiful.
Yeah. He was in Triangle of Sadness. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it. I've heard of all these things.
Yeah.
It's like I've got this long list of things to watch and do, and I don't know.
We're going to give you a Harris Dickinson education after this
fine.
podcast. Yeah.
Exactly
it was great fun for us. Yeah.
Who's your pick for James Bond?
I don't think Tom Holland is like man enough for it.
I love him so much.
Agreed.
But to me, he is still Spider-Man, and I'm
Agreed.
not ready to push him over to James
and I think
Bond.
that's because we've seen him so much in that like teenage high school era. I don't know if I like trust the fate of the free world in his hands as James Bond.
He's also about to be in a really big movie series thing, the Homer's Odyssey
Yes,
film.
he
So I
is,
feel like that's where I'm seeing him now. I just don't see him as James Bond.
Everybody's in that film.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone and their dog and
celebrity
cat. Yeah.
that exists
Zendaya's
on the
in
planet is in that film. I can't wait.
I can't wait. That's
What's
gonna
it
be really
called?
good.
Homer's
It's
Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah.
Like,
It's,
as in the Homer's Odyssey.
It's Christopher Nolan who did the Batman trilogy.
Yes.
He's doing the retelling of the Odyssey.
I'm pretending like I know what
We're-
you're talking
we're-
It's the Greek mythology.
Yes, no, that, but like,
Yeah.
I'm a bit.
the highbrow bits, she
Yes.
understands.
Do you guys know that actor? He was in White Lotus season 2, Theo James.
Oh, yeah.
So they were interviewing the founders of Luca, I think talking about a new restaurant.
He's just opened a new one, yeah.
I want to say it's called Lupa.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so confused because I'm like looking at this and he's like, I'm Theo James, I'm one of the founders of Luca. And I'm like, what? Like, but I know your
didn't know
face. I'm
that.
so confused.
Yeah.
And then I had to like watch it multiple times to catch his name. And then I Googled him and IMDb and I'm like, no, that's the White Lotus guy. And anyway, he's very good looking. I feel like,
Very good looking.
and he's British.
He
so-
was he was a lot of people's like
Choice.
first pick for James Bond, and I mean maybe he doesn't want the role. It's quite like it's a bit of a like 50 Shades of Grey, Robert Pattinson, Twilight situation. Like, is that going to be your entire personality? I get it. I do.
Yeah.
I do. You know, like when I think really serious actors are like, it's my art and it's my creative, and I don't want to be like pigeonholed into something, which is
that.
understandable.
You're signing up
fair.
for your the better part of your 30s, basically, if they're going for someone young to be this character. So it's a huge
Who doesn't want
ask.
to be James Bond? Who's your pick? Who would you pick out?
I'm still in this mindset of like someone a little bit older, like a Richard Madden or like that kind of vibe. I could see Leo Whittle, you know.
Do you? It's a bit baby face.
I know, but I kind of love that. A little bit of a different take. I would love for them. I know everyone's like a bit, but I'd love for them to go like slightly different. Like there's that guy. His name's Sapna. He's in, I think, Gangs of London. There was a moment where people thought it could be him, and I kind of like they're going for someone a bit more under the radar. Who then I think that makes sense for your like whole 30s to be this character.
Yeah, sure.
But
was Tom Hardy ever a Bond man?
No.
Oh, I don't see. I couldn't.
I couldn't.
I love how much airtime Tom Hardy gets on this podcast, though. Every week without fail, Tom Hardy.
Did you guys talk about him in the context of Mobland already?
Yeah, talked about it. We've covered every facet of Tom Hardy. Every time I'm with Hodge, there's Tom Hardy. Yeah. Okay, Natalie, tell us what is new and noteworthy in your world.
Well, that restaurant, I think. I haven't been, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
And then also, it's not necessarily new and noteworthy, but just something I want to share of like something I'm doing at home in the kitchen with my life. But I've got this like recent obsession. It's been like, I've always had an obsession with them, but I'd say in the last few months, it's like very much a part of my character. It's becoming.
Personality trait.
Yeah. Pickled green chilies.
Okay.
You know, like
Unexpected.
you can just buy the jars of like, the Spanish ones are called like guindia peppers. You can buy like
those
pickled
big,
green chilies.
Yeah.
They're not super spicy, but I'm literally putting them in everything. And I think
like the ones you get at the kebab shop.
Oh, that's what I'm
Right,
imagining.
just
Yes.
double checking.
so those or the Spanish, like whatever. But it's literally making every single meal that I make at home, or I'm probably sharing too many recipes on Instagram with pickled green chilies. Like someone pulled me up on it in a comment yesterday. She was like, "You're really obsessed with these chilies." I'm like, "I am, but for good reason." So for anyone who's making like delicious summery salads at the moment, or like wanting to make beautiful like relishes and toppings, like pickled green chilies, guys, they are
So zingy.
the best addition to like really everything. I had them for breakfast this morning with cottage cheese on a rice cake.
Delicious.
Oh, wow.
But if you, because
Okay,
I'm the
try
same,
that.
I like spice. Like I want real spice.
I need a bit of heat in every bite.
Can you do it with like a green, like a bird's
fresh-
eye
A
chili?
fresh
Thai
chili.
chili?
Of course you can. There's no rules. It's cooking if you want it spicy. But I like them because they're pickled.
Okay.
So it's acidic and spicy, but they're never super, super spicy. Even though I love a bird's eye chili as well, it's like a nice warm, mild heat. But it's just a good one for like summer
It's more
hosting
zingy,
vibe.
isn't
It's
it,
more
than-
zingy
than heat?
So it's more
see.
like akin to a pickled onion,
Yeah.
which I also think are equally fantastic. Last but not least, so I've never been like a huge gin fan. But I was at a barbecue recently and someone, like my friend who knows I don't like gin, she was like, just trust me, you're going to like this. It's Margot Robbie and Friends Papa Salt, her new gin brand. It's a collab with Fever Tree. It's a gin and blood orange spritz.
Delicious.
Honestly, like I'm a full-on gin convert. It is so good. And we're going to have a picnic in the park tonight, so I actually picked some up from Waitrose.
Stunning.
So I'm like actually now purchasing gin. So this is...
That's a big,
And
yeah.
I bought you some.
Oh,
Are we going to try
should we have a
it
little
now?
taste test?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's blood orange mixed with Papa Salt Coastal Gin.
That
you
is
know
a
what?
cool
I've
name,
heard
isn't
of
it?
this. This is the one that's like less sugar, isn't it?
Yes, 109 calories for the can, which is actually very good.
Very
Yeah.
good for a tinny.
Yeah,
crack her
I
open?
mean,
I'm a big gin fan, so I'm excited to try that.
it's good. It's really good.
There's kind of nothing better than sitting in a park in London with like cans of delicious drinks,
Yeah.
picky bits,
Yeah.
watching the sun going down, being with your mates. Like that is summer living
Yeah.
in London, isn't
That's
it?
Festival
quintessentially
season,
London.
Festival
all the like
season.
concerts.
Well, I was at British Summertime this weekend. I went to see Zach Bryan, who is like an unbelievable country music star. The last show he did in London was like 2 years ago to 1,000 people, and now he's just sold out BST
Wow.
for a whole weekend.
That's amazing.
But the canned drinks offerings did not
good.
look as delicious as that.
It's great straight out of the can, but obviously into a nice cold glass with lots of ice and I don't know. What would you put? A fresh piece of lemon?
Yes,
with blood
and some
orange or some
lime.
grapefruit?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Grapefruit and blood orange? I don't know, something a bit like
citrusy.
Yeah.
I also feel like
So
when you're
good.
hosting, it's quite an easy thing to do because you're not making a big jug of something. You can just pour them into glasses and make it look a bit
it's
more,
so
you know?
nice.
And at a measured pour, not like
Yes.
your pours. When
Exactly.
So that was really pointed. Me. Not like my pours when at my barbecue. I'm like, is that 50 mil? Is that 100 mil? Who knows? Okay, great. Everybody,
Stunning.
lunchtime bev, can't wait. Okay, Sapna, tell me, what is new and noteworthy?
I feel like I can't not speak about menswear fashion week in Paris last week. I mean, the highlights for me were definitely Jonathan Anderson's debut for Dior.
Mega.
I kept getting, like, a few of us were sharing in our stories, and I kept getting a few messages of, I guess, like, non-fashion people being like, why is this a big deal? And I was like, guys, don't get it. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, he was the creative director of Loewe for this kind of last period of time where Loewe has been popping off. He's also obviously the founder and creative director for JW Anderson. So his move over to Dior is huge. And I mean, everyone just absolutely loved it. It was a really fresh take on the brand. It like everything was just, even from the invites, like it was just really a nice kind of step
He
for
loves
the
to
brand.
dig deep into an archive. He's the first creative director since Christian Dior. Yeah. I was like, what's his name again?
Since that guy.
Since that Dior guy who's had full creative control of women's wear, men's wear, haute couture, and accessories. So it is it's going to have a vision to it. So this was like, this was exciting because it's the first kind of like tiny little window into what that vision could look like. And it was very beautiful, very different, very interesting, very modern.
Yeah. And he
But
was
yeah,
saying like he was
exciting.
using all the archives and the old sort of photos and things as an anchor for everything because he wanted it to make sense. He didn't just want to come there and, you know, do whatever. So it all does feel really cohesive, but in a new, fresh way. And speaking of, Louis Vuitton for me was probably, I mean, I loved Dior, but Louis Vuitton was my favorite. It was like so bright, so vibrant. I mean, Pharrell he can do no wrong, but like even the runway was like the snakes and ladders, like print, and all the bags had this amazing like tropical like animals and things like that. Like,
It was really cool.
It was really, really cool. And again, they also debuted Doechii and Tyler the Creator's new song for the catwalk. So it was just everything just felt really like culturally relevant and cool. And
they had that amazing Punjabi track that was
I
on
saw
there
that.
too.
Beyonce, did you see the video of Beyonce like vibing and everyone's like, Beyonce's gonna get on that album?
Every auntie on my Instagram has sent that to me, being like,
is
Billie,
so
have you seen there's an Indian song playing at a fashion show?
I love that. Both of those were amazing. And then obviously Jacquemus was yesterday.
Yes.
I mean, the runway was amazing and like the pieces were great. That again, he was really drawing back to his grandma, and like there's a really nice campaign showing the sort of side by side of his references and then like actual photos of his grandmother, and that's sort of where he's drawn his inspiration. But the attendees, the outfits were amazing.
Matthew McConaughey
I
looked
know.
so hot.
So hot.
And
And
so cool.
And
like,
his wife,
what? Was that
Camilla.
the
they
tailoring
looked
was so good.
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying you wish they swapped jackets.
Well, I liked. I think that was kind of the whole point, that
Yeah.
they had like been subversive in it and
Yeah.
had switched the jackets. But I much preferred her jacket to his. But I would
too.
have liked to have seen it the other way around as well.
I kind of liked that it was almost a little bit cropped and like
Yeah.
the proportions were a bit off. Like it
I
actually
loved her
looked
hair and
really
makeup.
good. Yeah.
Very natural, very chic. It was
Emma
great.
Roberts was also she had this like little tutu skirt.
And she must have been hot though in
Yeah.
that long sleeve knit.
Yeah, and Gillian Anderson as well. She had an amazing like slinky black dress. Like there were just some really good celeb fits there.
I want to know how many helicopters went from Glastonbury to the Jacquemus.
Oh my god.
Hundreds.
Let's find that stat somewhere.
Not us, but everybody else.
Yes.
Speaking of fashion, let's dig into our fashion finds this week. Nat, what have you got for us?
So I discovered a new, well, actually, I don't know if it's new to me, swimwear label called Arabella London.
Yeah, lovely.
I struggle with swimwear. I never feel like 100% comfortable. Needless to say, they sent me the swimsuit and it's got like structured cup and then it ties at the back. I just felt like I could have gone for a jog, but in the
like
most
proper
comfortable way.
support.
But like not when you're like, you know, boobs on like up to
yeah.
here and you're like, it was just, it's really good swimsuit. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect swimsuit to wear with like trousers or a high skirt, whatever.
Yeah.
I love it. Actually, on that topic, I want more like wrap skirts with like a knot detail.
Sort of like a sarong, but like it's built that way.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
you could wear it in the city. Like not a sarong vibe, but not a sarong. And I saw on the Net-a-Porter sale, there's a Rabanne like lilac jersey one, which is stunning.
I got a great
looking at
one from
other
Topshop
options.
last
Yeah.
year. It was like a rusty coloured. I've worn it to death. It was like a rusty lurex one, and it kind of looked like a sarong, but it had a knotted detail at the front center and then a slit kind of that went like knee high.
I love
like
it. It's just
higher,
such
maybe.
a like feminine
Yeah.
and flattering shape. Another one on Net-a-Porter, which is, if I thought the Rabanne one was out of my budget, this one definitely is. But it's a really stunning piece. It's like this stripy wrap skirt with the knot, Christopher John Rogers. And then I found a really nice like floral Zara one, you know, which is a bit more affordable.
They feel like feminine and very seasonal. I'm with you on the sarong thing. Like sometimes that feels too inappropriate to wear in a city. Yeah.
But they're
this
good
is a
for
good
winter
good
as well,
hybrid.
because you can do like, when it comes to that time, you can still wear them with like an oversized knit or something like that.
that's a
So
really good point, actually,
it's
yeah.
actually they're nice pieces to have in the wardrobe.
Sapna, what have you got?
Well, I got a really nice silk set. I love a co-ord, as you can tell. I'm literally always in a co-ord. I got a really nice one from Faithful, which actually Hotch has as well. And apparently Maya does as well. So we're going to be a girl band, apparently, at the summer party. But it's a really beautiful, like, printed. It almost looks like radishes. It's almost like a fruit or like a radish or something. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's a really lovely, like, brown, a bit of orange, a bit of, like, cream.
nice.
It's a really nice print.
The Aussie brands,
they just
are
kill
so
it.
good.
So good.
Yeah.
I love Faithful.
Actually got, you know, Hannah Artwear. I went to school with her actually, and she's been doing like the most beautiful dresses and those block print fabrics for ages, and I've actually never tried any of her stuff, but recently got some silk trousers and this beautiful like sort of shirred top in the waist, and it goes out with like long billowy sleeves.
lovely.
The quality is unbelievable, like proper soft, summery, breathable silk with these really nice patterns, but you can also like wear it in the city. Anyway, but the Aussie brands are great.
The Aussie
Faithful,
brands kill
Dish,
it.
Sir,
Yeah.
like all of them. There's
so many good ones.
Australians do summer very well.
Yeah. And a lot of them are now available in the UK, so you don't have to pay the duties and tax, which is
Miller and
very
Mark.
helpful. And then my last thing is, last week Florence and I actually headed to MacArthur Glen to do some filming, and I bought the most amazing pair of Miu Miu sunglasses, like a light yellow tint, and they were like, honestly, like, I think they were like £150 off. So
with a black rim.
no, they're like a metallic. I think it was like a metal silver, I think, and then like a light yellow tint.
Love.
They're so good, and they've got the little Miu Miu on the side.
Oh, sunglasses.
So that
the
was
best.
such a good find. They honestly, MacArthur Glen, all the shopping's up to like 60% off, so you get such good deals. I was saying that I don't really buy design sunglasses. I just love the high street and like contemporary brands for that. But if I'm going to do it, I'll do it in an outlet like that, because you can save
fair.
so much money. But yeah, how about you, Billie?
I went into M&S over the weekend, and they have got so many good pieces in at the minute. Speaking of co-ords, and I'm not really a co-ord kind of gal, because I think I'm quite, I'm only 5'4". Plus fashion for co-ords is just quite rubbish. It's all too oversized and it feels a bit swampy. But I went into M&S and they had this great Peruna co-ord that was like a really light denim striped, slightly puff sleeve jacket with tie details across here, and a really wide leg like denim trouser. It wasn't a jean, but it was like a denim feel trouser, and it is so lovely on. Like the fit is actually amazing. And then you know how Jaeger is now in M&S too. They had these unbelievable like oversized crocheted rugby shirt jumpers.
Oh, cool.
It's
I
a lot.
love
That
the
was a lot
sound
of
that.
words, but
Oversized crochet shirt.
but it was kind of like an ideal summer jumper because you could just throw it on over like a slip skirt, throw it on with jeans, and it was warm, but not like you're not going to roast in it. So I bought them. I bought one every color.
And you're going to M&S store.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went
which
to
is
M&S
the
Which is the
best
store that you go to?
That was my question.
Okay, I went
what's
to
the best
Leicester.
one to go to?
Leicester.
So
I do think
anyone
regionally they
who's-
do it.
Anyone who's
pretty well.
listening from the Midlands, the Leicester
Yeah.
Fosspark store is. It's actually it's one of their flagships now because it's so ginormous.
It's like a proper department store.
Yeah, so much good stuff. I had a field day in there. There was also like there was like a lemon plissé trouser top co-ord situation. Maybe I just might take a leaf out of your co-ord book.
Yeah,
I love a
do
co-ord.
it. It's
I
just
agree
so
with
good.
you on the co-ord.
Yeah.
It's the most it's such an easy put together look. And you
Yeah.
just
And then
throw
you
it
can
on and you're done.
But you also can wear them separately, so you basically
Yeah.
get like 3 outfits from one.
Literally, yeah.
I am a dresses girl to my core, but
know
I
you
will really
are.
try for you. So speaking of dresses, we are going to talk about Mustn't Miss, and I have a very exciting update. So I have done a collaboration with Rixo.
Snaps for Billie.
I'm so excited about it. It's been in the works for so long. We started working at it like last November.
Wow.
And it's a 14-piece collection, and it launches on the 8th of July, and this is one of the dresses
So
in the collection,
cool.
which this is a sample, and I've lived in it for the last 3 months.
good.
It's just so comfy. And that's what I wanted from this collection. I wanted like high summer, easy dresses that you can wear on holiday. You can wear them in London. You can wear them wherever you are. And they just carry you through with like a sense of freedom, basically.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Yeah, because that's my thing in the summer. I don't want anything that's like too super close to my body. I want to feel like free.
Yeah.
And that's what this collection is really rooted in. Like you can run and like have it trailing behind you and it feel very romantic and beautiful. But you can also just like give yourself a waft every now and then. It's ideal.
So what's the process with that? Like how do you work really closely with them?
Super closely, like every week, basically.
But did you have a vision that you brought to them and they kind of like make it?
Yeah, so I've worked with the brand for years, and Henrietta and Orla are like two of the most brilliant women I've ever had the privilege of working with. Like their care and consideration for all women is remarkable. Like I have never been treated that way by the fashion industry ever, until they were like a few years ago, they were like, we want to make dresses that you can wear too. We want you in our dresses. And I was like, this is so rare for someone to say that they want me in their dresses, because that just didn't exist. So when we first started talking about this collection, they were like, right, you put a mood board together of things that you love. And it was like, I mean, the references kind of spun from like Little Women to dresses that I'd worn to weddings in the past, like it was really broad. And then their team are just so smart. It was like they climbed inside my head, and then the next meeting they're like, this is what we've come up with. I'm like, how did you know? Like, how did you know this is what I wanted? So there's like different shapes that Rixo have never done before, like patterns they haven't done before, prints that are just like so easy to wear, but also things that you want to feel really celebratory about. Like when you wear them, you're like, yes, I cannot wait to go to this party or this event or this wedding. Because you've got a mega dress. So
that's so
congratulations.
When I think of you, I think of like an amazing dress. So that just feels so spot on.
Thank you. So yes, all things Rixo. Super exciting. 8th of July. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on the collection. Sapna, what is your not to miss?
We have got a few really fun beauty YouTube things coming soon. One has just gone live, I believe, with Ash K. Holm, who is one of the Kardashians, and like specifically Khloe Kardashian's makeup artist. And that's with Oren. That's for a new series they're doing called In the Chair. So it'll be either two people together, like two makeup artists or two hair artists, whatever, or one of our team and someone. And it's basically a really fun interview series. So we've got that one. And then I did one as well with Makeup by Mario, who is like a bucket list person for me, and he was amazing.
Is he not the nicest man?
He's so lovely. Yeah. And it's just when you ask someone like that about like, you know, tips for like, I always put my blush here, but where would you put it on my face? And just to hear someone's like advice who just has seen so many faces and like, you know, skin tones and whatever, it's just so interesting. So that's also going live very soon. So lots to come on beauty on YouTube.
Super exciting. Yeah. Right, let's get into the juiciest bits of this week's podcast. What are our celebrity hot topics? Because there has been plenty, many, almost too many. I feel like we should just kick off with the wedding.
Yeah. The wedding.
Wedding. When billionaires get married, they take over entire cities, apparently. So Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez got married.
Yes.
And it was big.
Huge.
Literally taking over an entire city. And also, like, Venice is not the easiest city to get around in. Like, the logistics, I would not want to be on that logistics team. Because all I'm thinking is, like, headset here, headset here, like, walkie-talkie, constant comms. Shout out to my girlfriend, Iram Shelton, who did the nails for Lauren Sanchez, because you have never seen chicer French nails like it. And there was even, like, a diamond bee attached to one of the nails. It was very, very cute. So go Iram. But maybe let's talk about the fashion.
Yes.
Who was everybody's best dressed?
It's got to be Kendall and Kylie for me.
Yeah.
Their little duo outfits of them getting on the little gondolas going to this and that. Like, I was just so locked into that. They looked amazing.
So it was pajama party themed, right?
I think was that for not the wedding?
No, but one of the nights was like pajama party themed. That's when Kendall had that cobalt blue with the little
that was
sheer
really
hood.
cute. That was really cute. Yeah.
But did Kylie she wore white to the wedding, right?
It was more like a
silver?
silver.
Hold on. When Kendall was wearing the black dress with the emerald, and Kylie was wearing the off-white dress or the
Yeah,
silver dress.
it was definitely light shade dress.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit.
Bit contentious.
Yeah, little.
I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't wear white to a wedding.
You definitely
Absolutely
should.
not. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So we can say that.
Yeah.
So, and she looked great though.
She did.
They
all
really
looked
did.
amazing. And seeing Chris and Kim, or was it Chloe? I can't remember, but they were walking through the streets just casually doing some sightseeing, and they're incredible. Like, I think Chris was wearing like a leopard print. It could have been Dolce, I'm not sure, but
There was a lot of Dolce at that wedding. Yeah,
there was a lot. In other news, have you guys seen this whole sort of conversation around Sabrina Carpenter's album cover? That was a couple weeks ago. Basically, she is releasing a new album called Man's Best Friend, and she released a cover for it, which some people are sort of
divisive.
It was divisive.
I wasn't that offended.
Neither.
I want to see it.
Basically, it's
Can we
her
pull it
sort
up?
of
Or
on
flash it up on
her
screen.
hands and knees, and a man's kind of like grabbing her hair in quite a sexual
fine.
way, and people are saying it's like going 100 years back for feminism and all this ridiculous stuff. And basically, she's kind of clapped back with a second album cover, and it's slightly less sexual, I suppose. And her caption was just hilarious. She was like, album 2 approved by God. Like, really, I just love that she leans into it. I mean, I'm not offended by it. I think it's a woman taking, her sexuality into her own hands. I think she does it really well. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I understand people's...
Is it that deep?
Is it that
Yeah,
deep?
it's not that deep.
And
She's
also
in the music industry. She's hot.
Exactly.
Like, it's all about sex and and that could
everything's
also
a bit-
be a very feminist move.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
she's
She
decided
owns
to
it.
do that. She wasn't forced to do it. She's done it on her own accord. Like feminism is whatever, as long as you feel it doesn't matter how it looks.
I think anyone who feels offended by it maybe needs to look internally slightly of why do you feel offended by a woman leaning into her sexuality?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Also, everything these days is just a bit provocative, no?
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
that's
It's
just the world
pop
that we live
music.
in.
It's provocative.
like that's what Madonna was doing. Like people used to get up in arms about like Madonna's really sexual shows.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the Girly Show? This is like in the this would have been the 80s or 90s maybe. I think it was called the Girly Show, and she was like, they were practically having like orgies on stage.
But that's how you make
people hated her
headlines.
for it. But yeah, it's showbiz, baby.
It's showbiz, yeah.
But also, if a man, like, I can think of Drake, I can think of A$AP Rocky, like any of those guys' album covers. I think there's one for maybe Party Next Door. It's literally a woman's ass only as the album cover, and that's never been a thing.
No.
But when a woman does it herself, it's suddenly this huge
And
conversation.
it's often the women who have the issue
Yeah.
with
It's
it.
internalized
You're right.
misogyny.
You're
It's,
Yeah.
She was just wearing a beautiful dress and sat like politely on a chair. That's no one's really that kind of no one's interested.
I'm very excited for the album.
Sat politely on the chair.
Just new album.
Boring.
We're going to do a snappier than this our celeb moment, ride or die. So, Natalie, what is your ride or die beauty product right now?
Oh, I've had it for so long. Like I've had the actual product since like 2020, which actually, I don't know, you can tell me if that's not a good thing with beauty products to keep using them when they're that old. Like, do they actually expire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends what it
Okay, well, I need a new one. But I love it, and I've just used it all the time. It's the Trini London Lip to Cheek in Freddie, and I just think it's the best.
Do you have that
lip.
on now?
Yeah, it's just like
Pretty
the sort
pretty.
of
Nice colour.
dusty, ready, and you can like build it up, and anyway, and it kind of stays on all day, and you can use it on your cheeks. I just love it.
That's really nice.
And I like the Merit, which I use every day. I would use it over foundation. Like if I just had to put one thing on, it would be the Merit Brow Volume Pomade or something it's called.
Nice.
And I need the help in the eyebrow department. They've thinned out since I
They
had a
look good to
child.
me.
Your brows look really good.
Because of the
Because of
Merit.
Sapna, what's yours?
Mine's similar to yours, actually. You guys have probably seen on TikTok that, like, TikTok ad that pops up quite a lot, and I basically fell for it. It was for Saatchi Beauty, the blush, the liquid blush. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, I'm wearing it now. You can tell me what you think,
It's
but I
very pretty.
absolutely love it. Like, the
I love
colour,
that it's like a slightly darker pink.
It's like it's actually the color. I've mixed it with another one that I wear every day, but it's a sort of like reddy, rusty color,
Yeah, it's
which I
nice.
really love
No,
for
it
my
looks-
skin
you
tone.
look
There's a really
amazing.
nice Refy one called Rust, which is also that shade. But this one I really like because it's liquid, so it blends so easily. It's in like a silver thing, and you can just wind it up and just do like a dot and then blend out. You get so much, like it's really pigmented. But yeah, I've been loving.
I really
that.
need a blush tutorial.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
find it
tutorial.
really hard to apply.
You're in the right office for blush.
I know.
I'd say
I know.
yes. I put it absolutely everywhere and go quite hard.
Like
with
the
it to make it
liquid
less.
one intimidates me a little bit because I'm like, I've tried it before, like, and I look like a clown. But
Okay, well, I've got about 20 blushes in
like
in
you've
my bag
got
with
beautiful
me.
pink
We'll do a
blush
little
on. I
debrief
don't,
after.
and I don't know like what color. I need help. I actually would love a new makeup like regimen.
okay.
So
We'll have a chat.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, mine is I've got the new YSL Love Shine lip plumping lip gloss.
I can't
Whoa.
even believe I didn't
It's a
talk about
mouthful.
that because
It's a
I'm
lot of words.
obsessed with it as well.
Is it lip oil?
It is a lip oil
It's
because
so
they've got a
confusing.
lipstick as well, which is called exactly the same thing, but it's just in a lipstick. But
Okay.
this is like lip oil.
I would say it has more like consistency of a gloss than an
agree.
oil because it's quite tacky. But you know, like old school lip plumping lip glosses.
How do you apply it?
Just like
It's
like
coming
a,
off a stick or it's
It's
a
got
finger.
like a fat dough fit applicator.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Which is it's almost like as thick as my lip.
Yeah.
Like it's really big.
Oh, I want this.
But the old school like lip plumping things that used to make your lips go tingly.
Like juicy tube, but like tingly.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has the exact feeling of that. It's quite nostalgic. I got the one. It's called Nude Lavalier, which is the one that Dua Lipa wears in the ads, and it is like such a lovely. I've got it on now. Such a lovely
very
pinky nudie thing, but it genuinely plumps them
It
up.
really does. I've got a shade that is sort of like, it looks a bit scary, but you put it on and it just like is perfect. It's that rusty shade again. I think I'm just obsessed with that colour
You're
at the
a rusty
moment.
girl.
I am. But it's a rusty girl. But it's like the perfect, if you've got slightly like deeper or like brown skin tone, it's really nice. It's sort of like a browny red, but it's not red and it's not pink. It's in between.
Okay, I want to come into the beauty chair too because I'm
show
so
you.
pinky with everything I wear.
can't
like
do
pinky.
pink.
And I want to be more rusty.
Yeah.
So can you can
I
teach
will,
me?
yeah.
Okay, great.
I'll make you a rusty
Tutorial
girl
coming
too.
soon.
Yeah.
Let's jump to dilemmas.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some good ones. It is the summer, therefore there are weddings, therefore there are dilemmas. You have been invited to 2 weddings on the same day. One is your best friend's, and the other one is a once-in-a-lifetime destination wedding. Which do you choose?
Your best friend. It's not a
That's such an
question,
easy
babe.
answer.
You've been off Jeff Bezos' wedding, unfortunately.
Yeah. You just can't. Like, it's
You
your
can't.
best
No, you
friend.
can't.
What, for someone that you barely know, just because it's somewhere nice? Go on holiday somewhere.
Also, once in a lifetime will come around again.
Yeah.
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 Many
It'll be
nice
your wedding. You'll
weddings
do
to
it in a
go to.
destination.
Is it worth losing your best friend over? No.
No. Okay, glad that we're all.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
if one of us was like, yeah.
Yeah, go.
Okay, this one could be divisive. You discover there's a separate group chat that you're not in,
It's giving not Courtney.
and all your close friends are. Do you confront them or quietly let it go?
What is the context?
Yeah.
I mean, was it an existing chat about something else that's kind of...
Is it about your birthday?
Okay, so we'll wipe all of those ones off the table. So it's not about your birthday. It's not about like
Engagement rings.
It's not your wedding gift. So it's just a separate group chat that functions as your group chats do, but you're just not invited.
I mean,
to
you
it.
have to bring it up, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, you can't have friendships if there's no communication.
Yeah.
You can't have any relationships without communication. So if it's something that's upsetting you, you can't just let it go because it will niggle at you, which will turn into resentment and anxiety and maybe paranoia. You just have to. You have to just be like level-headed and straight up about it and be like, guys, what's with this chat?
Yeah.
And there will
Can
be a
we-
logical reason for it.
There
Be
will probably be a reason for
we were
it.
all meeting on this day, you couldn't make it, and now sometimes we're
Yeah.
just chatting it. Or
Yeah, and you just got to be honest.
But why are you chatting it without me? I've got like a core group of 4 girls, and if they had a group chat with just the 3 of them for anything other than my birthday or to surprise me or an engagement ring situation, I would be upset.
Yeah.
Because what are you talking about that I can't be involved in?
True. I maybe have a bigger friendship group than for that. And I do know that there's splinter groups from that, of which I'm involved in them too.
Yeah.
And all of them have quite organically come about. It's when like a smaller group of us are meeting.
For sure.
Or like all of them have dogs and then they all chat.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like all of
think
them have babies and they all chat.
That makes sense. If you're a bigger group and you've got these little pockets, that is naturally going to happen. But I think if you're a very small, tight-knit group and then it's like just not you.
And I understand how that's helpful.
Yeah.
So my advice would be very similar to yours. Like raise it in a gentle way. Maybe don't come in like all guns blazing, accusatory, like,
Yeah.
hey, excuse me, why am I in this group chat? Just be like, oh, what is there like, what's the lull, what have I missed?
If you've spotted it, I would like take the piss a bit. I'd be like, oh, not in that, am I?
100%.
Yeah, like just be a bit like silly about it, and then be like, they'll probably be like, oh, babe, it's just because you didn't come to that dinner, and then like we just sent something in the group.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh,
but then
okay,
also
well, maybe
delete
send
the group
it.
chat.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Like add me or
Yeah.
Final dilemma for today. A friend insists on planning the entire group holiday. Congrats that you got it out of the chat. But their taste and budget is wildly different from yours. Do you go along with it or speak up and risk tension?
Definitely speak up.
Definitely speak
you
up.
have to speak up. Yeah.
I cannot say this loud enough. It's everybody's holiday.
Yeah.
It's never just one person's holiday. And I have been on holidays where it felt like it's one person's holiday and nobody has a good time. So forsake the tension and just say, look, we can't afford a £10,000 in Lake Como house. Or we will be broke. Let's just reduce this down to a nice 4 days in Puglia.
Exactly.
And everyone has a good time.
Yeah. Obviously, if it's someone's birthday, if it's a hen do, fine, let them do their thing and like do what you can. But if it's a group holiday where everyone, and like it's nice for the person who has, you know, volunteered to plan it, that's great. But again, like you said, it's a group holiday, so everyone should give it opinion and be able to afford it and like have a good time. And I think there's like bits of it that each, maybe it's nice to have like restaurants or something, everyone takes a day and everyone books something, and so it feels really balanced.
I think that's a great suggestion, because I think what happens in a group holiday is like there's doers and there's not doers, and the doers just plow ahead because they're organized people, and then the not doers then aren't happy necessarily with what's happened, but you didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, the not doers are also equally annoying though.
Yeah.
Because they can complain, but they did nothing to make any
Exactly.
changes.
That's
but
true.
ultimately, it just has to be spoken about. Like with everything in life, like no benefit comes from, and I should practice what I preach because I'm so non-confrontational, to my detriment. But you know that feeling where like you've gotten something off your chest, it's the best feeling ever. You're like, oh my God, it's almost like you're on happy drugs. Like, and you, it just, you know, then you're happy with that person again and you're all like, besties and whatever. But it's just the process of communicating effectively about and setting your boundaries and what you're happy with, and no bad can come from that.
Also, with a holiday, I think that's the easiest thing to be like, babe, like not all of us can afford it. Like that, no one's gonna be like, oh, well, like obviously everyone's
It's
gonna be
not a
like,
wedding
oh, that's
or
so
something,
fine.
yeah.
Like let's like that's such an easy way to be like, let's spread this out and like let's everyone give an idea.
Agreed. And not to sound like a broken record, but it's not that deep.
No.
It's not that deep. Just call it, if you call it from the beginning, I think that saves the ag than when someone's already like, well, I've put a deposit down and I've like found the restaurants in this area.
Then
so
it's too
I
late.
think set the parameters.
I think
from
what
the beginning.
could be tricky is if, I don't know if this is the situation here, but like there might be an element of shame if you feel like everyone wants to do all of these like, you know, expensive lunches and whatever, and you can't. You know, you still have to speak up, but I can understand how it would be really hard.
That's fair.
To want to just try go along with it, but then you're gonna have a shit time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's always better to say it early.
Oh, there's nothing
Otherwise
worse than
they've
like
booked
spending money
everything.
you don't have to spend. Like it's a horrible feeling. Like I'd rather, and if you really didn't want to say anything, then just like fake an illness and don't go.
Or just say, guys, I'm sorry, I actually can't afford to do this for 5 nights. I'll come for the first 2.
Yes, brilliant.
100%.
Brilliant.
And I have used that line multiple times.
And then you've
because,
said
like,
it in a like a
because I can't. I'm like, you're staying at a really expensive hotel. You're going to all of these amazing restaurants, and I want to come and enjoy it, but I know that my budget only grants me 2 nights, not 5.
Yeah.
So you just dip in and dip out. And I have now, like, I sort of understand your calm about it though. Like I felt really embarrassed. I was like, oh God, like I really want to go, but I just can't afford it. And then once I actually just said, guys, I can only afford to do 2 nights, they're like, okay, no problems.
Yeah.
Great.
There's no
But it was
shame in
that-
it.
that was
And it's
judging.
actually
Yeah.
very like got your own back. It makes you
Yeah.
feel
Exactly.
like
Also,
responsible and like an adult.
If you're going on holiday with these people, they should be your close friends. So who's going to be judging you for that?
yeah.
Exactly.
Communication is key.
Yeah.
That wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and spread the word to your friends.